President Biden's campaign aides shot down any speculation that he would withdraw from the race following his debate performance Thursday night.
The campaign says the president did fine and that they raised $14 million in the hours after the debate. But as CBS 2's Bradley Blackburn reports, some Democrats are now openly saying they are concerned.
Supporters in North Carolina gave President Biden an enthusiastic reception Friday.
I know I'm not a young man. State the obvious.
As he addressed Thursday night's debate.
I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth.
And there was no talk about dropping out of the race.
I give you my word as a Biden, I would not be running again if I didn't believe with all my heart and soul I can do this job.
But some Democrats are now voicing concern after seeing his performance.
For what I've been able to do with the with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
So far, party leaders are publicly supporting the president.
What do you say to Democrats who feel that there should be another nominee after the president's debate performance last night?
I made a statement about this, but not right now. Yeah.
How do you think he did?
Compared to a person who was lying the whole time.
Former President Trump did make many misleading or outright inaccurate statements on his side of the stage.
I'm the one that got the insulin down for the seniors. I took care of the seniors. We have the greatest economy in the history of our country. We have never done so well. He indicted me because I was his opponent.
On Friday, Trump rallied with supporters in Virginia and offered his assessment of Biden's performance.
Joe Biden spent the entire week at Camp David resting, working, studying. He studied very hard. He studied so hard that he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
This is Trump's second campaign stop in Virginia as he makes a play for a state he lost by 10 points in 2020. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Well, unsurprisingly, there's a lot of reaction on Capitol Hill today. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now live from Washington. Scott, you know, many Democrats expressing their disappointment in the president's performance last night. Even some reports today questioning whether he should be replaced on the ticket.
Can the president rebound from this? And if so, how?
It's been an interesting 24 hours of reaction. It began this morning as muted and equivocating, with so many members of Congress, Democratic members of Congress, telling us, check back with us later. We'll have a statement for you later. As the afternoon began, there started to be this series of endorsements. On social media, it was former President Obama and former President Clinton issuing statements of support for Joe Biden. Nancy Pelosi and her colleagues Jim Clyburn and Steny Hoyer, the senior Democrats in the U.S. House who are of similar age, supporting Joe Biden as the evening began. So there seems to be a sense the bleeding has stopped in terms of support inside his own party. It's with an asterisk. It's stopped for now, pending the next set of polls and the next set of appearances.
Absolutely. Well, as for the former president, though, Donald Trump, what's been the reaction to his debate performance last night, Scott?
He was on the stump in Virginia today in what appeared to be, it had the aesthetics of a victory lap. That the contrast was startling in terms of the aesthetics of the event, the tone of voice, the strength of voice, the visual appearances. There was a sense from Team Trump they won that one going away, giving him momentum moving toward the next few weeks. And there's an open question now here in Washington, whether they go forward with that second debate in September, with the stakes even higher, and, to put it mildly, a lack of confidence among Democrats about how President Biden would fare.
All right, Scott, we will wait and see if that second debate happens. Do stay with CBS 2 and keep you informed all the way up to Election Day, looking for continuing coverage of all the key races here on the air and streaming on CBS News New York.